Big breaking news today. Jakey Paul, Anderson Silva. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but it kind of came and felt natural to me. You know, this is the fight that people have talked about and speculated for quite some time, Anthony. What do you think? What are your initial thoughts on this?
Well, we're getting close. We're getting close.
It's been announced.
Well, no, I'm saying
October.
No, I'm saying
Phoenix, Arizona.
We're getting close to Jake Paul finally
having a real fight.
Still a fucking 47-year-old man, you know, but it's not your average 47-year-old man. So I got to give him some credit there, but it's finally someone who's his size. I like how Anderson sucked him down to 187, which Anderson's been making his whole career, but I don't think Jake's ever fought under 200 pounds before. So I like that Anderson is kind of dictating that a little bit.
Tyrone Woodley was like 185, wasn't it?
I don't know. I thought it was heavier.
Just look that up, Brian. I'm pretty sure.
I'm wrong. Either way, Tyron Woodley's not anywhere close to his size. So it's a comparable guy in size and range. I think we're going to finally learn something about Jake Paul and how good he is. I think he's going to really struggle with Anderson and his pressure-based counterfighting. I don't know what else to call it. It's a lot, you know, Anderson comes forward but likes to slip and then rip hard punches. I hope that Anderson is going into this really motivated, because it seems like he's made his money. He had his career. He broke, you know, he set all the records and all that stuff, and now he's just playing. And his playground seems to be just in the ring. So he's just having fun. I hope that he's taking it serious, and this isn't him just going in, getting a big old check and having some fun.
I think he probably will take it seriously, because he respects the fight game so much that he knows that it's not something you can play at. You know, Of course, there's a potential for this to be a big payday. 189.6 when he fought Jake Paul. That was Tyron Woodley.
So I'm just making sure.
You know, for Anderson, he lost, I think it was his last 6 or 7 in a row in the UFC. And he was knocked out by Uriah Hall, which I never thought that would ever happen. That's no disrespect to Uriah Hall. Great fighter, fantastic fighter. But Anderson was at the end of his road. You know, and I know people might go, oh, but you fought him when he wasn't in his prime. So I fought him fucking 6.5 years ago, and I had one eye, so I was hardly in my fucking prime either. And he'd only been beaten by Chris Weidman at that point as well. So it was a very different Anderson, but still, it's not about me before you all start. Yeah, for Jake, I think it's a step up. I think he's taking a gamble here that he thinks Anderson is damaged goods, but he has the reputation. He's an MMA fighter, just like Tyron Woodley was, but we're talking different levels of striking here. Yeah. You know, he probably thinks he's wiry and has no power. He's going to find out that isn't the case. Anderson Silva, when you look at him, seems kind of wiry and weak and skinny. He's very strong. He's way bigger in person than what you think he is. He takes a shot. Yes, granted, he did get clipped off Uriah Hall, but generally, Anderson's always had an amazing chin. You know, even I remember, who was it? When he fought Izzy? Izzy clocked him hard, and he took it. You know what I mean? He has a good chin. In boxing so far, I mean, he knocked out Tito Ortiz with one shot. Yeah. One shot. And Tito Ortiz.
Cold through the ropes.
Oh, cold. Yeah. Absolutely cold. You know, Tito Ortiz, again, you know, he's at the end of his career. You know,
but he hasn't been knocked. He hasn't been knocked out a bunch though.
But he's never been a chinny guy. That's the point that I'm making. Yeah, Tito Ortiz isn't at the top of his game anymore. He had a great career, but he was never a guy that was getting knocked out. He wasn't like Chuck Liddell by the end. And I say that with respect. And before that, he beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He surprised a lot of people there.
Which is a young guy.
Which is a young guy
36,
that had a good boxing career, but granted, apparently had a lot of discipline issues, shall we say. But yeah, this might be a gamble, because the reason Jake's took this is because of the name value, and because it will sell, and because, you know, it should sell. It's not guaranteed, because Anderson isn't Anderson who he used to be. But he thinks this is the formula that he's had all along. I think Jake thinks that this ticks all those boxes, but this might blow up and backfire in his fucking face. Now, granted, Jake's big. He's getting better every single time. He's athletic. I mean, that shot that he knocked out Tyron Woodley with, regardless of how terrible the fight was up until that point, that was a thunderous shot. When he face-planted Ben Askren, again, not a guy known for getting knocked out. thunderous power. Same with Nate Robinson. Yeah, basketball or whatever. But still, the kid can clearly fucking box and he can clearly pack a punch. You know what I mean? And he's young. He's undefeated. He's confident. So they're all advantages to have on your side, you know, but Anderson is so crafty and been around so long. I just fucking hope with every fiber in my body that Anderson gets the job done, because after the career that he had, he does not deserve his legacy to be tarnished by that little fuckstick.
Dude, I'm fucking with you. I cannot. I said this earlier today. If Jake Paul beats Anderson Silva, we should all fucking boycott the rest of his fights until he fucking fights someone that's on his level or whatever level we deem him to be on. Like, you talk all this shit about MMA fighters, you talk shit about the UFC, then you pretend that you want to bring fighters up and you want everyone to get paid better, but then you trash everyone every time they fight. And then now we're putting food on your fucking table for you to drag our legends and people that we fucking put up on a pedestal out of wherever their fucking hole they're hiding in at the time.
People that help build our sport.
Right. And then you just like older, shorter, smaller, not, you know, past their prime legends that have spent their entire careers running their bodies into fucking car accidents for you know, and then we hold these guys near and dear to our heart. And then this fuckhead just pulls them out of fucking semi-retirement and then just knocks them out in fucking pay-per-view and then she'll shits on all of us. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, why are we still fucking pandering to this piece of shit? That's what pisses me off.
Look, listen, the reality is,
and I'm not saying he's not good. All of that stuff has no bearing on his actual skill set and abilities. He's obviously athletic. He's big. He's God-given power because the motherfucker can crack. He's way better than he should be at this point in his career, which tells me that he's taken the art of boxing very serious, that he respects it. He's coachable, clearly.
I agree.
So all of that, I think both of those things can be true at the same time. He's
allowed to go out there and make money and be a smart businessman. You know, he already has a tremendous amount of money already, you know. So it's just, again, it's the intrigue. It's the intrigue that's going to sell. The intrigue, the point is the sell, the hook. Can Anderson do it? Is Anderson still Anderson? That is the question. Because if Anderson was Anderson, he would wipe the goddamn floor with him. But that is the question. That is with the intrigue. You know,
what
can he still
Anderson
do it?
Are we getting?
What Anderson are we getting? Can Jake Paul pull it off? Are we going to see a car crash? Are we going to see a legend fall to the young YouTuber, you know, that's going to build his fame and his star and his prowess and his reputation?
I won't talk about it on here.